Thanks to Patricia's courtesy, I'm able to address you via video. It's not a very good substitute for me being there, and I'm sorry I can't visit with you, but it's just not possible. On January the 1st, 1964, I started off the morning visiting with Harold Franklin in Magnolia Hall. Harold, as you will remember, was the first African-American student. That was the day he was to begin his career at Auburn. I've told the story in much more detail of my participation in this on YouTube, and if you're interested, you can look under George M. Hale videos, and it's there someplace. The drama that surrounded that, the integration of the university, has been told over and over again. And I have to say, when I think about my role in it, I have to pay homage to the memory of Powers McLeod, who probably did as much as any one person that I know to help make the integration peaceful and deliberate. You will remember your history of what had happened to Ole Miss the year before, and we were determined that that was not going to be the case at Auburn. And I give credit to the whole Auburn community, including the students at the Wesley Foundation, for making this transition one of peaceful. And I visited with Harold Franklin some years ago, and delighted to remember that his appreciation and remembrance of those times coincides with mine. I drove him to his first day of class, and by the time I had returned to my office, I was beginning to get threatening phone calls, and the saga started from that point. I don't want to replay the whole thing. Before it was over, not only people outside the university or outside the Wesley Foundation were creating problems, but there was a subtle movement within the bureaucracy of the Methodist Church that exerted its own kinds of pressure. Nobody wanted to see the boat rocked, but we knew that the time had come when we had to at least open up and integrate our society more than it had ever been done before. It's that mood that I pay homage to. My role was marginal. There were threats. There was an attempt to get me fired from being director of the Wesley Foundation. But that was almost beside the point. The point that I want to remind you of, that historically that was an event that took place that was changing for the university. But we are always engaged today in the same kinds of dynamic. And in a world that wants to divide itself and separate itself into all little conclaves, we need to speak of a gospel that is reconciling and is integrating, because the future of our society, the future of our world, our future depends on it. The years at Wesley were formative years for me. I hope and trust that it was also for a lot of students who were there. But for me, it helped give me a building block for the rest of my life. And I look back on those years with appreciation. A lot of fun. I enjoyed the ping pong, Sunday night suppers, so many things, and people that I won't begin to name anyone because I could never stop. but I have appreciated and remembered those years, and I hope that you'll carry with you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, an understanding that the gospel must always be inclusive, or it's not gospel. Good luck and God bless.